Salute to the family. Salute to the team. We are in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, while you guys are coming in the room, make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell, family, so you can be notified whenever we go live, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it. Let's go. Salute to the family. Salute to the team. We are in the building, ladies and gentlemen. We are here, family. Shout out to the family. Shout out to the team. We here. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this evening. I appreciate you guys. Shout out to the family. I see y'all in the chat, family. What's popping? We here. Salute, family. Glad you guys decided to join me on this evening. We have a lot of things that we have to discuss on this evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am so excited and honored to host you guys on this evening. It's time to get to work, family. Yeah, it's time to get to work. The news that just dropped on this Nolan Wells case. Family, if you want to find out information on these high profile cases like the Nolan Wells case, all you have to do is follow the money. And that's what we are going to cover on this evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to follow the money. We are going to expose a lot of nefarious behavior with all these people want to, insert themselves into this case, acting like they are public defenders and attorneys of those devils. But yeah, we got your ass. Yeah, we got you. Salute to the family. Salute to the team. Thank you guys for joining me on this evening. While you guys are coming in the room, Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, family, so you can be notified whenever we go live, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to my channel members. I appreciate you guys so much for y'all support. Yeah, we here. What's up, family? I know they get family. I promise you, they get tired of us. Like they really are upset at us. Nothing is working, family. Have you realized this? Nothing is working. Nothing is working. This unity is suffocating their lives, right? All of these lies that's coming out about this case, right? All this leak information that's coming out in Ocean Springs that the DA promised that this case was going to be sealed, but everybody else knows information about this case except the family, ladies and gentlemen. Except the family. Everybody know about the autopsy. Everybody know about his blood alcohol level, but the parents don't know nothing. They are still getting harassed to this day. Nobody getting arrested. But you got mainstream media posting people getting arrested for harassing Judge Cole. Judge Cole more interested in arresting people off alleged threats on email sound like concerned citizens to me, instead of arresting people that's harassing Christine. This case is no longer about Nolan Wells. I want y'all to know that, right? It's about Nolan with us, but the case itself, it's not about Nolan. It's about covering up the evidence, hiding evidence, shifting the blame to Nolan. He was drunk. He was on drugs. And let's keep the public out of the investigation. That's their entire plan, but it's falling apart in real time. We in the building, ladies and gentlemen. We are here, live in effect. So the first thing that we're going to discuss on this evening, ladies and gentlemen, is y'all favorite Sambo, Brandon Tatum. Y'all favorite Sambo, Brandon Tatum. Mr. Brandon Tatum, I'm gonna need you to come to the forefront, sir. I need to ask you a few questions, and I need you to explain something to me and the family, right? I want you to make this make sense to us, because now that we found out why you so invested in this case, besides, kissing ass of white people, bootlicking, the normal activities that you do, I want you to explain what we about to cover in this video, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to the family. Shout out to the team. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this evening. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, family, so you can be notified whenever we go live, ladies and gentlemen. I want you guys to check this out.
What's going on, everybody? Look, Officer Brandon Tatum has been out here running a whole narrative trying to convince people that the backlash against him is just political. He wants you to believe folks are mad simply because he's a black conservative who went down to Mississippi to do interviews and play the neutral, objective journalist in the Nolan Wells case.
Assumed friends the way they did. Brandon Tatum is a lightning rod. Why? Black guy who talks conservative politics, black guy who supports the president, black guy who is not open to the idea that in Nolan Wells, it's got to be about race. Went to Mississippi, had interviews that definitely shed light on who we're dealing with here and what's going on.
Yeah, so, like a bunch of liars. That's what we're dealing with. A bunch of liars. That's exactly what we dealing with and who we dealing with.
I asked Brandon Tatum to come back to talk about the response to what he learned, what he now knows,
nothing
that he can share with us, and what he believes the state of play is.
But that whole story completely falls apart once you actually look at what just got exposed. The truth is, people aren't upset over his political views. They're calling him out because he's been compromised from day one. And now there's undeniable proof sitting right in plain sight. For weeks, Tatum has been doubling down, claiming he's just a truth seeker, getting attacked by emotional critics and celebrities like D.L. Hughley.
Tatum, thank you for joining us again.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me back.
How has the reporting that you did in Mississippi and the interviews that you did, how has it been received?
It depends on what group of people you referring to. I think that
he always got to take shots at black people. He always got to make sure that he bootlick.
Rational people that, in my opinion, want to know the truth and they're open-minded, I think it was received very well. They got access to information that wasn't privy to the public.
We don't got access to nothing. You haven't provided proof or access to nothing. What proof do you have? What proof do you have? But pay attention to this, ladies and gentlemen.
Obviously, law enforcement has this information already, but information that people who are interested in finding the truth wanted to hear from these young boys and their account, and they can make their decision from there. It was received very well. People are thankful, very thankful that I took the time to interview these young boys, and they got a little more clarity. When it comes to majority black community, some of the celebrities, D.L. Hughley and others, they absolutely me. They think I'm Satan, and they think that I'm my mama, who's black, just because I decided to interview people who asked me to interview them. And I don't know how people have conflated what I have done in this interview or in this process, but they have. And this is not abnormal. When you're black in America and you don't toe the line of where, quote unquote, the black community wants you to, then you're deemed an uncle. You somehow people and you somehow working for the white man.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now.
Bro, see, Brandon Tatum having a hard time rationalizing his behavior. He really believed the reason why black people call him out on his BS, his bootlicking, is because of his political views. And just because we might disagree with a black person, they automatically make them a Sambo. That's not true, sir. That's not true. You know why black people criticize you. You know why black people label you a coon. Every day on your platform, every video, you bootlicking, degrading black people. You never hold white people accountable. That's why people call you a Sambo. And you are being paid by the white man. You are an employee of Charlie Kirk's business. That's who's paying you. Turning Point USA. You work for them to spread anti-black propaganda. And I don't know who he trying to convince that he's such a rational, unbiased person and black people just attacking me because I'm speaking the truth and I'm going against the grain. Dude, we don't give a damn about your political views. Don't nobody care because you support Trump. Now, what we doing is holding you accountable because of your lies and your bootlicking. And you know it's the truth. That's why you keep bringing this up. They calling me an Uncle Tom. They calling me a coon. That's the exact label that you are. Stop playing with us, dude.
Which is furthest from the truth, man. I love everybody. I don't care nothing about race. It's pointless.
You wrong. You don't love everybody. Because every opportunity that you get, Brandon Tatum, you know this. But I know you got to play stupid for your low IQ audience that want to believe this. See, you know that we're not falling for this. See, Chris Cuomo can fall for this because he's ignorant. And he an anti-black racist. He's a very stupid man. That's why CNN fired his dumb ass. And he got that struggling YouTube channel over there grifting off this case. See, the low IQ community want validation from this clown. That's what they want. And black people can see this play from a mile away. And it's hard for him to accept this because he want a bootlick, ladies and gentlemen. See, Brandon Tatum want to be a Sambo and bootlick and degrade black people, but he also want us to agree with him and support him. Absolutely not, sir. You an enemy of black people. An enemy. And I want you to always remember that because you dug this hole for yourself. Stop chimping out, dude.
To think about race, I treat people based on their character, based on their integrity, based on what they present to me, and that's the end of the story.
That's a lie, sir. Why are you lying? No, you don't. No, you don't. All you do is villainize black people. Every single day. If you go look at his platform, it's black fatigue, this black person, this every day. He never holds white people accountable for nothing, no matter the situation, no matter if the black person is innocent. He's always going to take the side of the white person. Why you think he going so hard at Christine and Nolan Wells' family? He don't want the truth, ladies and gentlemen, but we're about to expose his motive in this video.
Why do you think members of the black, I don't know, what do you want to call it? Celebrity community, whatever it is, black people whose names we know, why do you think that they come at you that way? You think it's about your politics, or do you think that they are worried about something that you're not showing enough concern about in their estimation?
No, a lot of these people are ignorant. They're
Are we ignorant?
brainwashed and emotional.
He keeps parroting this idea that black media platforms refuse to sit down with the young men involved or give them a fair shake. But let's be real for a second. Independent creators literally reached out to schedule interviews.
Bro, look how fat this dude is. All that money he making over there, he can't hire a chef. His wife with her big nose ass can't cook this man no healthy meal. Why you this fat, sir? Why are you this damn big? Why do you have a triple D under that? You always wearing black clothes trying to hide them tig old bitties under that shirt. Get in the gym, sir. Get on a diet. This is a disgrace to the Sambo class. Why are you this heavy set?
And Tatum ducked the conversation. Nobody was refusing to cover the story. Creators just weren't going to hand over soft, puff piece interviews.
At all.
People wanted real answers, not a walkthrough dialogue designed to clean up reputations.
Them are addressing actual things that I said and actual processes that I went through to interview. They do not care about the truth. Or many of them would have interviewed me and just asked me what happened and what did I do.
A lot of people did request to interview you and you declined it. You are running away from a lot of black creators that reached out to you. You want to pick and choose what platforms you want to go to so you won't get that work, right? You don't want to get that belt to ass. So you make sure that you go to a platform that's not going to really give you that pushback, that's not going to really, expose your motive in this case. Come on, bro. Stop lying. There's plenty of black creators that reached out to you. I feel like it's a waste of time. I won't spend no time interviewing this clown. This dude is soulless. It's pointless of talking to him. He's too far gone, ladies and gentlemen.
None of them, even those who claim to be journalists, did not give an opportunity to the other side for the other side to have a voice.
Why are you lying? Why are you lying, sir? What you mean? Do you know how many black platforms has reached out to do an interview with those boys and they declined? Why are you lying, sir? Why are you lying? So you mean to tell me all these black platforms, all of these black journalists refuse to, the reason why they don't want to come over here to this side of YouTube is because they know they can't get away with the shit they get away with on your platform with them softballs ass questions. They know they're going to get grilled over here. They're going to get that work over here. So they avoid us on purpose. Why are you sitting up here lying like this? Like we black content creators, black media refuse to interview those boys. The mainstream media don't even got a interview with them men, them devils. So why would you think they're going to come over here with us? You won't even come over here with us. And here's the invitation. Warren, Jax, Morgan, Edwards, Tyler. I welcome y'all to the platform for an interview. Since Bussy Tatum want to come out here and talk about some black media don't want to interview the boys. They don't want to give them no platform. They reached out to you for a reason. They don't want this smoke.
Did not. And the reason why is because they're white.
It's because they white. This is a dog whistle, ladies and gentlemen. This is how stupid this dude is. He's the main one that said black people make everything about race. Benjamin Crump make everything about race. But he said the only reason why black media won't interview those devils is because they white, ladies and gentlemen. This is how stupid this dude is. I want you to listen to this. I'm going to play it back.
Voice. They did not. And the reason why is because they're white.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
Very dumb. And this is their number one representative. that's being a spokesman for those devils over here. Millions of low IQ white people subscribe to this guy because they're stupid, they are inferior, and they are mediocre. And they want to feel supreme by listening to a idiot fat boy like this tell them how black people is the issue and their problem. Black people is the reason why they're getting arrested for child porn. Black people is the reason why they can't keep their hands off children. Black people is the reason why they can't keep their hands off their wives.
And a lot of them actually white people. And they act like actually white people. And they act like they don't.
We hate white people now, family. It turned from we don't want to interview the white boys, right? White men, because we don't want to give them a platform, right? Now it's to the point where we hate white people.
Listen to their rhetoric. Listen to the things that they've said in the past. They white people internally.
We hate white people
when
internally.
when a topic comes up like this and there's an opportunity to paint white people with a broad brush, they take advantage of it. And
That sounds like what you do, Bussy Tatum. That sounds exactly like what you do. You paint black people with a broad brush. If a black person go out here and do something crazy, you say the whole black community. You say the black culture. You say this is what black people celebrate. That's what you do. But see, what you don't like is when we hold white people accountable, something that you don't do. And that's why you get called a coon. That's why you get called a Sambo. That's why you get called a bootlicker, sir. That's why. We don't hate nobody. We hate racism. We hate who hate us. We don't hate white people. Why is you painting that on us? Why is you pushing that on us like that? But ladies and gentlemen, this is what them low IQ white people over there want to listen to.
And I've seen it over the years. I've seen it growing up. I used to white people when I was growing up.
He said he used to hate white people when he grew up. White people, let me say that. So he's projecting on us. He's projecting. Bro, that is not common in the black community. Majority of black people don't hate nobody. Just because you had that problem growing up because you hated white people, which is probably a lie. You just trying to gain some sympathy from this community who really don't even like you, for real. But if you hate YT people, why are you pushing that on us? Why are you pushing that on us? Where are you getting this information from? Because we hold YT people accountable. These people want to translate accountability to hate. Why you think they listen to him so much? This guy's very stupid.
Just a part of the culture. And unfortunately,
he said it's a part of the culture. It's a part of the culture. But he said don't paint white people with a broad brush. But he want to paint us with a broad brush, ladies and gentlemen. That's what he doing.
Here's his ugly head as soon as one of these incidents happen. And you've seen it time and time again. Go look at the comment section. How does young men who we don't really have any evidence that committed a crime, how do they get painted as criminals? How do they get...
Maybe because they interviewing with you. They went radio silent. Maybe because they deleted all their social media. They getting caught up with lies. That's probably why people looking at them like suspects.
Painted as being responsible for the death.
Shout out to Malika coming in with the $2 cash out. Shout out to you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Of a person that was considered their friend. If the roles were reversed.
Now here is where the smoking gun comes into play.
Here we
If
go.
you watch Tatum's content, you know he owns and runs his own alcohol brand called Verdict Bourbon. It's his company, his label, his business. Recently, Tyler Cox, the attorney.
And you guys remember, right, on the live stream we did yesterday, somebody pointed this out in the chat. And I saw this as well. I'm like, why are they making sure that this alcohol beverage and that hat is being shown, right? Carl Cox is this attorney right here, Taylor Cox. This his law firm. But why is this attorney promoting this alcohol beverage in all of his interviews? Do you guys remember this when we went over this yesterday?
attorney representing the very individuals connected to the Nolan Wells case, went on a massive national media press tour. He pulled up on show after show, pulling in hundreds of thousands of views. And if you look closely at his background setup, it tells you everything you need to know. On one side, Cox has his law firm's hat carefully positioned to plug his practice, and directly opposite of that, a bottle of Verdict bourbon strategically displayed right over his shoulder. Think about how wild that is. A high-profile attorney worth millions doesn't accidentally feature a specific liquor brand during major television appearances. That is deliberate product placement.
Absolutely.
That is active cross-promotion. How can Brandon Tatum pretend to be a neutral, unbiased voice interviewing key figures when the legal defense team for those same people is actively running promos for his private business? That is a clear conflict of interest, plain and simple. Once you realize that business is being conducted behind the scenes, everything else Tatum has been doing starts making complete sense. It explains why his tone shifted so aggressively toward Nolan Wells' mother,
That guy I love Jesus had on. We really don't even hear him talk about anything religious, by the way. This is another dog whistle for the low IQ Neanderthal community. Because they like to portray themselves as Christian, but they really racist Christians. He basically just pandering to them with this hat on. But you're a Christian, but you selling alcohol.
He went on massive rants accusing her of being uncooperative with law enforcement and claiming she was withholding evidence like cell phones. Yet reports confirm the police never even asked for those phones in the first place. He was spreading outright fabrications to discredit a grieving mother while claiming he was just asking the tough questions. You can't play the role of an objective mediator while quietly benefiting from business connections linked to the case. It undermines the entire investigation and disrespects everyone looking for real clarity.
And this is this guy number one motive, ladies and gentlemen. In the beginning of this live stream, I said in these high profile cases, if you want to get information and you want to find out the truth, follow the money. This is why Brandon Tatum is so invested in this case. He don't give a damn about Nolan Wells. He don't care about the truth. He want to accuse everybody else of grifting, scamming, making money, and that is his number one motive this entire time. Promoting his liquor brand, cross-promoting with the attorneys on the case. And these attorneys are so dumb, and they're not thinking like this might jeopardize or compromise what we got going on over here. These people are literally grifting off this case. This is why he's so heavily involved. This is why he going out his way to attack Christine and the family. This is why he going out his way to defend those white devils, because of the monetary gain. It's all about the money with him. It's all about the money with him. And the low IQ supporters that he got over there don't even understand what's going on. Don't even understand that they are getting finesse. Because this guy is soulless, by the way. This guy is pure evil. He's not doing this because he want to find out what happened to Nolan. No. He's grifting. He want to make money. Video after video, he want to attack Christine. He's sending dog whistles to the white supremacists. He's pandering to his low IQ community. He got the attorneys on the case promoting his bourbon, his liquor brand. But he want to talk about black people being biased. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we can see this clown true motive in this case. Shout out to Diva coming in with the $2 super chat. Cox and Tatum just trying to run a bag. That's it. Exactly. They're just trying to run a bag up. Why you think they started their gifts and go? They started their gifts and go by labeling themselves Nolan Wells targeted friends. And this is the reason why Edwards was on his platform giving people these sob stories, talking about they American white men, good American white men, right? That's a dog whistle to the low IQ community to come up out their pockets and donate, because they want to make sure that they can help these guys get some money so they can get paid. All of them are in cahoots. All of them. Brandon Tatum, the attorney, those white devils, those young men, all of them are in cahoots to run up a bag. Disgusting behavior. Why you think they won't run up? Why you think they won't go nowhere besides his platform or Nancy Grace or Chris Cuomo? And Brandon Tatum had the nerve to say that black media won't even reach out to the boys and interview him. You know how stupid that sounds? You know how many black content creators and black media are inching to interview those boys? They are afraid to get interviewed by us. Terrified. Because they know it ain't going to be no softball interview. They're going to get grilled. And they're going to get this work. And they can't come over here and start babbling.
What do you all think about this setup with Tyler Cox and Verdict Bourbon? Drop your thoughts in the comments down below. If you want to see how another major situation collapsed overnight, click the video showing up on your screen right now. I'll catch you over there.
Everything we know about these boys, we know because he told us.
Yep.
Officer Tatum told us, right?
Right.
He told us what they said. He told us they had a conversation. It's always been on his platform. I hope he isn't the kind of that's probably the reason he was only a police officer for 5 or 6 years, because a police officer's job is to try to get answers, not to shape a result.
Right.
And he clearly does not want the truth. And if it is the truth, if it isn't the truth he wants, he'd rather besmirch it and diminish it.
Anything that goes in the way of black people, he's going to diminish it. He's going to diminish it. He's always going to take the side of white people, but he crying about black people calling him a coon and a Sambo. Oh, if you disagree with black people, they're going to, no, you don't. We can disagree with one another. That does not make you a Sambo because we disagree with you. What make you a Sambo is building a platform with over 4 million subscribers, denigrating black people on a day-to-day basis. You picked a side in this case. You are promoting these boys because they are stuffing your pockets. They are running your bag up. These attorneys, all of y'all are in cahoots. And y'all are grifting off our dear brother, Nolan Wells. Look at this attorney right here. Promoting the liquor brand of Bussy Tatum. Promoting liquor. But these people want to come out and tell us that they looking for the truth. And these boys are innocent. They had nothing to do with it. And Officer Tatum, you guys, I hope you guys are witnessing this right now. You see why he's so heavily involved in this case. It's all a money grab to him. And I also want you guys to think about this. Think about how low IQ those people is over there on their platform. They mediocre, by the way. Mediocre YT people. You know, they want validation. I want the YT community to listen to this right here, right? Y'all are so stupid, ignorant, very dumb people. Y'all are enriching a black man to tell you that you are supreme. And you know that you are mediocre, by the way. That's why y'all go move to these sundown towns, because you can't cut it in the big cities where black people getting it. You can't compete. That's why y'all want to have your all-white communities out there in Arkansas in the woods so y'all can indulge in incest, because y'all are losers. Why you think they always crying and complaining? They want to feel superior. But at the same time, they enrich a black person while they broke, busted, and disgusted. Brandon Tatum is running up millions of dollars off y'all low IQ individuals and you mediocre white boys, because you ain't got no money. Trump don't care about you. Nobody care about you. Brandon Tatum can literally make a video every day of these white men going to jail for child porn. For child porn. But I guarantee you he going to make a video about a weekend shooting in Chicago, because YT people like to indulge in black degenerate porn. They make them feel better, ladies and gentlemen. They feel good seeing a black person fighting in a video, a black person stealing out of family dollars. It make them feel superior. That's how small that they is. They know we better than them in every way. So they have to go over there and get validated and then go back to their trailer park and realize, like, hold on, I'm a piece of shit. Gentleman Dean and the family over there doing 10 times better than me. But I'm talking about I got black fatigue when I ain't got $100 in the bank account, but Brandon Tatum out here grifting. This is very evil behavior, ladies and gentlemen. Disgusting. The attorney, Brandon Tatum, all of them are in cahoots to grift off this case and not look for the truth. Not look for the truth.
In themselves and what they have going on. They were better friends to themselves and their reputations and to their legacy than they were to Nolan. And Tatum is a grifter.
Yeah, I got it, Garden. Yeah, I got it. I just shouted you out. Appreciate that $2 on the Cash App. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
He's a grifter. This is his thing right now.
Yep.
This is what he's doing right now.
Absolutely right. You absolutely right. He's a grifter. This is his thing. It don't matter if the black person is innocent. It don't matter if the black person is a victim. It don't matter if the black person lost their life unjustly. Brandon Tatum is going to take the opposite side. And it's very clear. But he want to cry about black people calling him a Sambo. This guy is going out his way to attack this family. He have to try to find angles to attack Nolan and his mother and Benjamin Crump that is making him look stupid, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, he's so soulless that he don't even care about black people looking at him a certain type of way. He sold his soul a long time ago. It's all for money. He sold his soul for the dollar.
Don't tell me you love a black mother when you're doing this to another black mother. Like the reason that, like he'll say he's holding people, he's holding people accountable. In order to hold people accountable, you have to have an affinity for those people. You have love, like the biblical proverb.
Bro, that's babble. When you hear like the Hogs twins like to say that a lot, all these Sambos run with that narrative too. Is the only reason why I criticize black people is because I want to hold them accountable. I want what's best for them. Okay, what's the alternative? What's the solution? Y'all never give a solution. Y'all just say how black people ain't shit. Black people are criminals, 1350. All they do is unalive each other. That's all y'all say. And what do? Brandon Tatum, you got resources. What do you do in the black community? What nonprofit do you host? What community do you give back to? That's what I want to know. But you always got something to say about black people, and you wonder why you get a lot of pushback. You wonder why we put belt to ass to you. Because you are a self-hatred individual. Very stupid, by the way. But when you talk to Nancy Grace and the rest of these white people, you very submissive. But when you do an interview with a black person, you really aggressive, over talking, disrespectful. And he is so colonized that he don't even understand how far gone that he is, ladies and gentlemen. He's so far gone.
Biblical saying, spare the rod, spoil the child. It is to make that child better. It is a corrective. It is the spirit of discipline because I love you. Tatum has no love for black people.
None.
I can't ever look at all the litany of things he said. So how are you correcting us when everything you do demonizes us? Everything you do otherizes us. Everything you do says, when you talk about black on black crime, you talk about not in some kind of, because crime is about proximity. It isn't that way. It's a level of deviancy that's specifically inherent to us. And you help he talks about us the way white people with the greatest level of disdain talk about us.
Exactly. Because he understands that is what these low IQ Neanderthals want to hear. See, they want to hear negative stereotypes about us because they are losers. They can't compete. They are mediocre white boys. And they like to listen to this trope every day. Because what are you learning from this guy? All he's doing is telling you is black on black crime. 1350. He posts a random video of a black person doing something. All y'all saying, oh, see, the usual suspects. And y'all get a kick out of that. But at the same time, your life sucks. Just think about the Chud the Builder guy, right? He was going around antagonizing black people, calling black people the N-word, right? Jake Lane doing the same thing, but they piss poor, dirt poor. He live in a trailer park. He got evicted from his trailer. They took his trailer, but they donated over $500,000 to Chud the Builder. Chud the Builder had relationships with a transsexual. This guy is a straight up loser. He's a criminal, a known criminal, walking out on his tabs in restaurants, a degenerate. But they support that. But all of a sudden they got a problem with black people shooting up each other in Chicago. Come on now, ladies and gentlemen. We know what's going on. We know what's going on. Shout out to the family. Shout out to the team. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this evening. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you can get notified whenever we go live, ladies and gentlemen. Now I want to point y'all here, right? I want you guys to see this recent reaction that Nancy Grace had with I ain't done with Officer Tatum, Brandon Tatum yet. Before we move on, I just find this clip right here fascinating, ladies and gentlemen. I want to show you the submissiveness of Brandon Tatum when he's talking to his master. Watch his behavior and watch his tone when she cook his ass. Listen.
Friends, who I believe now are your friends, after your extensive interviews with them, we don't have the cause of death.
We don't. It has not been released yet.
And the second examiner said undetermined.
Yeah, because he didn't have any organs to examine.
Exactly. Officer Tatum, you keep saying it was a drowning. I have responded, are you a medical examiner? You said no. So, how do you know what happened other than what you've been told? I don't know what happened.
I said the police could be investigating a crime, and if they're investigating a crime and they have suspects and they need evidence, they will extract the phone with a search warrant against the family's will. If they do not believe that they're investigating a crime that's been committed and it is a drowning, according to them, they may not need the phone, so they're not gonna do a warrant to extract the phone against the family's will. So that's all I'm saying, Nancy. I did not say I know for a fact whichever way it went.
Yes, you did. I heard you countless times, even on this platform, stated that Nolan Wells drowned. And a lot of these low IQ people out here that's stating that. They running around here with this narrative that Nolan Wells drowned because that's what they want to believe. That's what they want to believe. And he don't even understand that he has slipped up and said that countless of times, and people have called that out. Because he already made up in his mind that those white devils did nothing wrong and it was just a drowning. This is how stupid this guy is, right? The YT community, I want you to look at your Sambo. I want you to look how stupid he is, very ignorant. We're going to put him on full display and we are going to laugh at y'all Sambo because this doesn't work anymore. Sending a Sambo out here to speak on the behalf of black people is old news. It don't work. It don't work. I'm black and I don't agree with this. I'm black and I believe black people are that don't work anymore. Y'all still running with this same playbook? Like, come on now, this is outdated. You got to update your stereotypes. You got to update your Sambo class.
Really don't know and nobody knows except for the people that are investigating.
I heard you.
No, I just made mention that they may be investigating.
Mommy, do a playback. Am I going to have to do a playback?
Nancy, I did not say that it was a drowning.
Yes, you did.
They could have investigated as a drowning or as...
See, Nancy Grace, the reason why Nancy Grace talking to him the way she is because she has no respect for the Sambos. Even though white people support him and they listen to him, they don't have no respect for him. Once he crossed the line and they play with their intelligence, they're going to stump him out and put him in the position that they think he's supposed to be in, which is a submissive position. That's why it's yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, very calm behavior, very subtle demeanor. But every time he talked to a black man or a black woman, it's aggressive behavior. Very disrespectful. Overtalk black people. He ready to rumble. When he going Chris Cuomo, it's all nice and yes, sir, and yeah, and black people this and Nancy Grace and yes, ma'am. Nancy Grace heard you, bro. We heard you. I heard you on countless interviews say that Nolan Wells drowned.
A suspect involved in a murder, and that's why they would do certain things and not do others.
My point is, Tatum, we don't know the answer, and this is an investigation to find out what happened. And when you have an investigation, you subpoena documents, items, testimony. There's a grand jury set. That means there is an investigation. You know what a grand jury is, right? They investigate. They have two.
Look at him. He's so ready to disagree. He don't even want to listen. And this is what I'm saying. It's pointless. The debate me bro culture. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you can't have conversations with people that you disagree with, but some people is a waste of time to talk to. Talking to this guy, you are not going to get a logical response from him. The only way to have a conversation with people like Bussy Tatum is that you meet bad faith arguments with bad faith arguments. See, what's wrong with a lot of black people is you try to have logical conversation with a self-hating black man like this. He's not looking for understanding. He's not looking to agree with you. He's not looking to understand your standpoint or your talking points or where you coming from. It's all reaction based. It's all to combat everything you say, disagree. No, hell no. No, that ain't true. My personal experience. That's why I said enough was being logical with these people. You troll Brandon Tatum because he's a troll. You don't talk logical with him. You don't try to stay facts with him. No, you troll him. To really get him to chimp out, you troll him and you speak to him with bad faith talking points. That's what you do. Because that's what he's going to do to you. He's going to waste your time. Just like he did that interview with our good brother Elliot, the psychotherapist, right? He did an amazing job in that interview, but I'm telling you, all he did was deflect, disagree, he lied, he moved the goalpost. It's pointless. So when you talk to people like that, you troll them. You don't take them serious. You give them bad faith talking points because that's what they're going to do to you. That's exactly what Brandon Tatum is going to do to you.
Task 1, as an investigation arm. 2, as a charging arm. In both cases, they gather evidence. If they find out this was an accidental drowning, so be it.
Yeah, but the thing is, the reason why they not going after these boys' cell phones, searching the boat, doing different things like that, because they end on the cover up. See, they don't want to look at them boys as suspects. They trying everything in their power not to make those devils be suspects. Because it's like, okay, if Nolan was last seen with these devils, why not check their phones and try to figure out? Because none of the stories make sense. Everybody's inconsistent. Don't nobody know nothing. Somebody knows something. The 4th of July on Horn Island is lit. Boats everywhere. People everywhere. Come on now. Somebody knows something. So that should raise the police department suspicious. Like, hold on. Everybody keep talking about they don't know nothing. They got pictures and videos, but nope. His body just wound up on the island. Because we went out there the next day. Everybody went out there. But on July 6th, all of a sudden, his body is right there on the island. Come on now. Shout out to Christina coming in with the $100 super chat. Gentlemen, then you came in cooking. Hello, family. Hello, Sambos. Hello, trolls. Hit the like button. Absolutely. Shout out to you, Christina, coming in with the $100 super chat. Always showing your boy love. Always showing the family love. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you. Yeah, Christina, I ain't playing with these Sambos. They messing with the wrong one. Shout out to the family. Shout out to the trolls. Shout out to mainstream media that's over here listening to us. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the family. Say hello to the family while you're on the outside watching. Let's get it.
They find out he had help getting drowned, so be it. I want to know what happened to Nolan. I don't understand why so many people are upset about that. It could be that he did drown, but that does not rule out foul play.
See, the reason why they upset at Christine asking questions and black people asking questions, because they tried their best to cover it up. They are trying their best. That's why they sending threats with lawsuits. That's why they sealed the case. That's why Brandon Tatum is trying to run an interference. He's trying to shape these boy image to make it seem like they ain't had nothing to do with it. They were just innocent friends that was concerned and they don't know nothing. They making up imaginary witnesses that's talking about, oh, I seen Nolan at 6 o'clock. Okay, what was he doing? I don't know. I seen Nolan at 8 o'clock. Okay, what was he doing? I don't know. All of these made up scenarios about Nolan on this island with hundreds of people surrounded by him, but nobody know. And they're mad because they already made up in their mind, family, that Nolan drowned. That's why Brandon Tatum is getting cooked right now. Because she said, why you keep saying he drowned? We don't know. It's because it's already embedded in his mind, just like a lot of white tea people. That's why they be putting it in the chat. They be coming and they making videos saying that he drowned. That's what they want to believe with no results, no autopsy, no facts to back it up, ladies and gentlemen.
It doesn't rule it in. It doesn't rule it out.
According to what they told me, they all took a lie detector test and passed. And it's an equivalent of a lie detector test. It's not a traditional lie detector test, but it's the same theology of trying to get to, I don't know the name of it. It's an equivalent of a lie detector test. It's a different methodology. I don't believe it was a polygraph test. I believe they took other stressors in order to analyze if
so
the people were telling the truth or not.
Did they take a polygraph would be no. Tatum, number one.
And then the lawyers yesterday on the live stream, family, we heard Tyler Cox and Edwards admit that their clients didn't take no polygraph test. There was some other guy, and Katie took a stress voice test. None of his clients took one. But Brandon Tatum got on Nancy Grace and stated that all of the boys took a lie detector test except for Warren. And we supposed to believe you, and you just lied, a bold-faced lie right there on a platform like that. You gonna lie, then the attorneys just called you out for lying? The gig is up, bro. The jig is up. The jig is up.
They did not take polys. Number two, Warren, as you refer to him, did not take the voice analysis. Why did he not take a voice analysis? Number one. And number two, since we spoke on this last, have they taken polys? And if not, why not?
Okay, let me just make sure clear, because I think the internet went in a frenzy about this. It's a computer voice stress analysis is what I was referring to. None of this is admissible in court.
I know you're a former police officer. Are you a Juris Doctor? Are you a lawyer?
No, I'm not. I've worked with lawyers.
Okay, because polygraphs are admissible in court. Bam! Providing,
well, Nancy, I have
providing
never,
both parties stipulate ahead of time that they will be allowed. I don't care if you've never heard of it.
Nancy is not gonna. I don't know of a trial that has happened, from my understanding in recent time, that somebody put a polygraph before a jury and it was effective. I mean, there's a lot of flaws in the polygraph
really?
test.
Have you ever heard of, let's see, what was his name? Control. Oh yeah, O.J. Simpson.
Yeah, she butthurt about O.J.
I don't think it has the weight to concern anybody, or whether or not anyone took it or not. I just thought it was important to show the cooperation that they had with the police.
Man, the reason why he lies so much, family, because that's what he built his name off of. His whole personality is a lie. He lies so much, family, because it's profitable. These YT people, they want to be fed lies. They want to be told that they don't do no wrong. They want a black person to soften up their racism, and Brandon Tatum tells them that. He even confirmed their racism by saying, you know what? You deserve to be racist because how the way black people be acting, the way they commit all these crimes. You have every right to be racist. And the white people are like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Being stupid pays. Lying all the time pays. Why you think when they hear the truth over here, they chimp out? They lose their mind. It's hard for them to stick around over here because it's too much accountability over here. So they run back to the Sambo class and they listen to the lies. That was helped them get through the day. feeling like black people is their number one issue in their life. That's why he lies so much, ladies and gentlemen, because it pays.
Even more cooperation, I believe, almost than the Nolan family. I mean, the boys have given their phones over to the FBI voluntarily, and we still haven't gotten Nolan's phone from the family to the.
So you knew before you joined us tonight.
See, they running with this lie that the family is refusing, which we're going to go over that in just a moment, that the family is refusing to give up the phone. That's not true. The family and Benjamin Crump and the private investigators has agreed that they want an independent investigator come in with the FBI as well, and everybody have hands on deck. So it won't be no foul play or, any type of mishaps going on while they going through this phone. They won't, certain things won't get magically deleted. So Brandon Tatum is going out here attacking Christine, attacking the family, running with this narrative that she don't want to give up the phone. This is not true. She is not going to give up the phone to a people to the district attorney who has not been transparent with her, who has not even tried to give her any type of assistance, any type of information about what's going on with her son's case. They haven't made an arrest. Nothing. We don't know nothing. It seems like they're trying to cover up. They're doing a bunch of lies, a bunch of dog whistles. Why would she just give over the phone to a group of people who hasn't shown her no type of support? That's trying to cover this up.
That Nolan's family had not handed over the phone.
Well, I have no information to believe it was handed over. The last report from their attorneys that
Good.
They hadn't handed it over.
Your quote understanding, just like you had an understanding that they took a poly and then clarified they did not take a poly. Okay, they have not taken a poly. You don't know why Warren hasn't taken a test.
Yeah, he don't know nothing. And right, they agreed to do it together. See, the district attorney trying to get away with just getting the phone and they do whatever they do with the phone. No. Benjamin Crump and Christine them say, no, we gonna do this together. We are going to have multiple eyes on y'all while we go through this phone and get this data backed up and get these deleted Snapchat messages. Yeah, y'all ain't just finna take the phone and go radio silent, just like y'all doing with the autopsy, just like y'all doing with the toxicology, just like y'all doing with his throat. No, y'all ain't finna do that with no phone. That's why Christine them are taking their time. Benjamin Crump, her attorneys, are taking their time until the district attorney meet their agreements. We need multiple people there. They want the FBI to be there, and they want their private investigators so we all can do it at the same time. You like transparency, right, the district attorney? So what's the problem? What's the problem? What's the problem with her team and the FBI? We all get together in one room, hold hands, and we go through the phone, and we see what's going on. See, we know exactly how y'all get down there in Mississippi. And Christine them ain't falling for that. Benjamin Crump them ain't falling for that. Nah, we just not finna hand over no phone like that. And we know how y'all get down. You came out and stated no information will be revealed to the public. Seems like everybody know what happened to Nolan to me. Seems like everybody know about the toxicology and the autopsy to me, district attorney. And you want us to give away the phone to you like that? Absolutely not, man. We're not stupid. We're not stupid. We're not dumb. You're going to meet our agreements by having our attorneys there, having FBI there. We need more than one hands on deck. It's not happening. Y'all just get the phone and all of a sudden we don't hear nothing from y'all. That's what's going to happen, family. They're going to get the phone and all of a sudden talking about, yeah, this is going to take time and, we didn't find anything and get the deleting shit. No, that ain't happening, ladies and gentlemen. That ain't happening. That ain't happening. But Brandon Tatum is running with this narrative that the family refused to give up the phone. They don't have to give up the phone. They don't. I don't know where you get that from. But family, I want to go back to this audio right here, right? I want to go back to this Cito audio. And this is the video, and I want you to hear this young lady. We played this before, but I really want you guys to pay attention to this audio. Really listen to this, family. Shout out to the family. Shout out to the team. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this evening. Make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you can be notified whenever we go live, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to my channel members. I appreciate you all. Appreciate you guys. Let's go.
You can see that I have the CTO channel completely muted, so we're only listening to the callers. Then I go through and simply raise the volume of all of the chatter we hear at the beginning of the call.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can you all please come? We have a membership. Shut the up! Damn it, Bart.
Bro, that damn it, Bart. Oh my God. That damn it, Bart. Family. Let me replay this. Cause hey, Brandon Tatum, there's no transcript on this video. I heard, oh my God, is he dead? I'm gonna let y'all tell me what y'all heard. I'm gonna let the family tell me what y'all hear in this audio. Just listen to the end.
Damn it, Bart.
Damn it, Bart. And another thing, family, do you guys remember Bart was never mentioned in the beginning of this case? The only reason why Bart is now mentioned because Warren exposed Bart in this audio release. Now all of a sudden we know Bart. Why Bart didn't come forward and say that he was there, he was around Nolan, and he was on that other boat? Why did Bart wait until this audio was released and then run and go get a lawyer? Now he want to come forward. Now he want to start explaining and all that. I find that very suspicious, ladies and gentlemen.
Susan.
But he was like, oh, I'm just going to go back with Katie. And we'll be right behind y'all. We were all going to the same house, the same place. He was like, I'll be right behind y'all. Y'all go ahead without me. I'll see y'all. Like, I'm literally going to be right behind y'all, whatever.
That's what this young lady is saying. She said that Nolan said that y'all can go head on. I'm going to stay back with Katie. I'll meet y'all at the house. I'm just going to stay back. This sounds like something that was rehearsed. This sounds like that this was rehearsed. They keep repeating this.
Susan.
But he was like, oh, I'm just going to go back with Katie. And we'll be right behind y'all. We were all going to the same house, the same place. He was like, I'll be right behind y'all. Y'all go ahead without me. I'll see y'all. Like, I'm literally going to be right behind y'all, whatever.
He said that I am going to literally be right behind y'all. So who did Nolan say that he was going to get a ride back to shore with? See, they leaving a lot of details out. And they just leaving it at, he said that I'm going to stay behind with Katie, which we know that that's not true. We know that it's not true.
So, Wyatt and all them left because they were like, okay, he's just gonna go with Katie, whatever. Well, then everybody got back in and we were all at Ava's house and Wyatt was like, where's Nolan? He was like, isn't he coming with Katie and them? And they were like, yeah. And Warren was like, let me call him and ask where he is. Or Warren was like, I have his phone. Like, somebody call Katie and ask where he is. And then they called Katie.
They don't even know this.
And that's when they found out that that Nolan never went with her either.
She said that's when they found out that he never went with Katie. Katie already came out. Katie's sister already came out, right? And stated that it was only a high and buy situation. They said this young lady spoke out on TikTok. I think she was hiding her identity, but a lot of people are speculating that this was one of the girls that was on the boat. I don't know that for a fact. I don't know, but you know, a lot of people, you know, she posted this video on TikTok, and I'm assuming that she was there on the island and she was over there at the house where they went to after they left the island, the one that Warren said they went back to a friend's house, and all of a sudden at 11 o'clock, they asked where Nolan was, and then they called Katie.
He said that Nolan never went with her, and so
She said that Katie said that Nolan never went with her. And Katie confirmed that. Katie's sister confirmed that. Katie cooperated with law enforcement. Katie took a lie detector test. Katie provided timestamps and photos of her location around the exact time that people said they seen Nolan. Katie provided, and I'm going to show you guys this. Katie provided timestamps of her Snapchat with dates and times. I'm going to show y'all. They said that 2 alleged witnesses seen Nolan at 6 o'clock. Katie provided timestamps and Snapchat videos with dates, times, and location where she was around 5 to 6 o'clock. He was nowhere near her. And these are the same individuals, Warren, that said that they didn't know Katie. And you guys seen the video that the attorneys did on Nancy Grace when she grilled them. Why did Warren them say that they didn't know Katie, but when y'all got back home, everybody calling Katie? Y'all text Katie. Brandon Tatum said he saw text message between the Devils and Katie. But they said they didn't know Katie. And the attorney couldn't even answer the question. He couldn't even answer the question. Guess what the attorney said, family? Well, she's not in their friend group. Okay, I understand that. Stupid. We know that. But how do they text somebody and call somebody if they don't know her? Who gave y'all Katie number?
That Nolan never went with her either. She said that Nolan never went with her, and so no one knows what happened. Like, literally no one knows what happened to him, and it's so fucking heartbreaking.
She said literally nobody know what happened. So no, and this what angers me with this case, family. This I don't know shit. This what really pisses me off and really enrages me. Because for all of these people to call themselves Nolan Wells' brother, friend, childhood friends, and we loved him. He was such a good person. He was beloved. For all of y'all to leave that island without getting a confirmation who was taking him home, what boat he was getting on, for everybody to leave that island, family, and I showed you guys how packed that island was on July 4th. The whole island was surrounded by boats. It was even people on the ocean, either fishing or just boating. So if Nolan, I'm just running with their narrative, family, because they saying that Nolan swam after the boat. You know, I'm hearing a lot of narrative that he was swimming at the boat that Warren them said off to. If he went swimming, somebody would have saw him in the water. And this is why I'm saying, family, this is such a big cover up. This is just not with those Devils, family. It's with the entire Ocean Springs. All of those people there, nobody's speaking out. Everybody want to hide their identity. Bussy Tatum talking about the reason why he didn't play the full clip of that video is because other people don't want to, be identified. Why? What y'all got to hide? Why is everybody trying to hide their identity? If I was part of the friend group, I would be out here in the forefront. If I ain't had nothing to do with my friend unaliving, I would be talking to the public. I will be doing interviews. I will be talking to y'all. I will be at the funeral. I will be with Christine. Nobody's standing next to Christine. Nobody. Everybody is separating themselves from Nolan. Everybody keep telling us how good of a friend that he is. And, he's my brother. But nobody knows shit. And that's why people are looking at these individuals as suspects and they coming up with their own theory of what happened because of y'all behavior.
It's sick that people are sitting there blaming that on Eric and all them, like his childhood best friends. Like, it's sick. And none of them would ever do that to him. And, like, people are literally texting me, like, threatening me and shit. Like,
she said people are texting her and sending her threats. Why? Why would they do that? Why are people texting you, young lady? Why are they sending threats to you? Because they know you full of shit? Because they probably know how you get down, how y'all get down? Why are people sending you threats? What you do? You innocent, right? You don't know nothing. Why people are sending you threats? See, they not even thinking when they say stuff like this, because people wouldn't send me no threats because they wouldn't think that I was involved in my friend unaliving. Why would somebody send threats to me? If somebody's sending threats to you, that means they know you. If somebody texting your phone, sending you threats, that means they know you. And why would they do that to you? Because I'm pretty sure his black friends ain't receiving threats. But all the white friends receiving threats, receiving death threats, other people texting them. I ain't heard not one black person. You know, mine is Tristan, and ain't nobody even thinking about him. But I'm talking about those black friends that showed up to his funeral, that was at Christine's house the next day, comforting her. I bet they weren't receiving threats, but y'all been receiving threats. People threaten y'all. I wonder why.
I don't know, it's just so upsetting.
So, you heard her say that Christine denied being around Nolan. Now, let me show you guys this. Let me show you the timestamps real quick,
like
family.
Our girl KK said, "You're not gonna get me." Look who just uploaded and dropped some receipts to the Biloxi group chat showing where they were at. Our girl KK, and I can't.
So, this is alleged. I don't know if this is true, and I'm not stating this as a matter of fact. This is what Katie presented to social media. Her Snapchats on this boat. It said Ocean Springs, Mississippi, July 4th, 2026, family, at 6:02 p.m. She is on the boat on the water. Two alleged witnesses, this is their narrative. This is Brandon Tatum's narratives. This is mainstream media narrative that Nolan was left behind with Katie. So that's a lie. The sister came out and said that that was a lie. And you just heard the young lady in the audio state that when they called Katie looking for Nolan, she said he wasn't with me. He didn't stay back with me. I don't know why would y'all even think that he was just going to randomly stay on an island with somebody he don't know and not make sure that he had a ride home or retrieve his cell phone device. That's what y'all want us to believe. Okay, let's keep going.
Can't say her name, but it rhymes with Haiti. Has provided timestamp receipts, videos, pictures from where she was at in Ocean Springs, and you see the time right down there. 6:02 p.m.
6:02.
And guess who's not with her? KK said there's no way y'all gonna keep playing on her name, babe.
So she made sure she took pictures with other people. These people look like they're sailing back home, right? Just by the background, it looks like, or it appears like, they are leaving the island. And the timestamps on this Snapchat says Jackson County, Mississippi, July 4th, 2026, 5:24 p.m. And this is the same timestamp that people are asking for when Brandon Tatum released that picture of this alleged sea tow incident of those guys just sitting there looking dumb while recording themselves calling sea tow. With all they got to do is go to their gallery on their phone, the iPhone. They will show you the time, the date, the month, the year that this video or picture was taken. Why y'all can't provide that? Because you're lying. Okay? You're lying. Just stop the line. Because she just provided around 5, and I'm glad she posted this. But it's a lot of shit that Katie ain't telling us, and we need her to come forward. But I give her credit by taking a lie detector test, cooperating with the law enforcement without an attorney. So I give her kudos to that. But what I want to know, Katie, whose boat is that? Shout out to Christina coming in with the $100 super chat. We need a warrant for Warren. He looks just like Freddy from Nightmare on Elm Street. Y'all seen how much weight Warren has lost since that first interview with Bussy Tatum? This guy look like he damn near a skeleton now. You know what that is, ladies and gentlemen? That's that guilt. That's that evilness. That's that hatred. That's that hatred. That's why he looked like that. That's why he looked like Freddy Krueger. For a fact. Shout out to you, Christina, coming in with the $100 super chat. I appreciate you. Let's keep cooking, family. Let's keep cooking, ladies and gentlemen.
5:24 p.m. She's got the receipts. She was not with who y'all said she was with. I mean, she's got multiple receipts.
Okay, this is another timestamp. And it's so easy to provide timestamps. So easy. But some reason they like to relate information. You know, those devils, they want to relate information, send pictures and videos of their innocence to Brandon Tatum, but they don't want to reveal any timestamps of that photo of their alleged CETO call. So Katie provided this, ladies and gentlemen. Jackson County, Mississippi, July 4th, 2026, 5:35 p.m. That's for Warren, and everybody want to run around with this narrative that she was with Nolan. She's on a boat, in the water. She's not at the island. She's not around Nolan. So where's Nolan? So what are these two made up witnesses talking about they seen Nolan at 6? Where y'all seen Nolan at? What was he doing? Why can't nobody tell us what was Nolan doing at 6 o'clock? Because everybody else on their way home. But y'all seen Nolan at 6 o'clock. This is the girl that y'all try to push Nolan on. She's on her way home. She's on the boat, leaving the island. So what was Nolan's point of staying on the island if his agenda was to stay back with Katie? Katie gone.
Yeah, like her face, location. That's very clearly her. I mean, this is a picture from her Facebook, and I just matched it with one of the pictures that was posted to White and Proud. All these photos basically giving us timestamps of where she was at, which is very interesting because if she was on the boat with her friends and wasn't where y'all said she was, where everybody at? She's the only one who's been giving cooperating statements. She was the first one to go to the Popo. KK. What the fuck y'all gonna say now? The story is literally falling at our feet.
Yeah, the story is falling apart because they're lying. They're lying, and they know they're lying because they thought that they was going to get away with pinning this off on Katie. So Katie said, okay, since y'all keep calling my name on these interviews, y'all keep saying that Nolan was left behind with me, I am going to go cooperate with law enforcement. And matter of fact, I'm going to take it up a notch, and I am going to take a lie detector test because Katie and somebody else, we don't know his name, the attorney confirmed that Katie and some other guy took a lie detector test, right? It wasn't a polygraph. It was the voice stress test, and they passed. And she cooperated, and she provided timestamps. So that story's gone. But Brandon Tatum released this video, family. This video is 5 seconds. And his reason why, because he said the video is longer than this, family. He said the video is longer than this. The video panned to the other boat, Bart's boat. But the reason why he don't want to publish the whole video is because other people don't want to be identified. But it's 2 other females that's on this boat. It looked like they set this video up like, yeah, record us right quick. I'm finna act like I'm on the phone. I'm just finna stand there. I'm just finna grab some rope and, you know, everybody head turning, everybody ducking. Ain't nobody really paying attention to the camera. Like, this is a dumb reason to even take a video right now. What was the point of this? But they really want to make sure that they capture Wyatt pretending like he on the phone with somebody, ladies and gentlemen. He ain't on the phone with no goddamn body. He ain't on the phone with nobody. He's a liar. He's a goddamn liar. But let's get into this last interview, right? I didn't get a chance to cover this interview, this last part. And, you know, it's a few things that I found out, and I'm so glad that I didn't review this video yet because there's a lot of information that we found out since this video was released. But it's one more thing that I want to show you before we get into that interview, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this evening. I appreciate you guys. Shout out to the family. Shout out to the team. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Let's get the likes up, family. Let's get 300 likes. Let's get 300 likes in the building. Let's get 400 likes in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I want you guys to pay attention to the face expression of Morgan when he talk about how much love and he care about his friend Nolan. Check this out, family.
Loved him dearly. No.
He couldn't even explain and show gratitude and expression about Nolan. He had to look over. Let me play that back. Look at this clown.
We loved him dearly. Nolan was like a brother to us.
Look at his face, family. Look at his face like, damn, look at his face, family. Like, damn, I fucked up. Damn. I forgot my line. Okay, start off. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Nolan was like a brother, and I loved him so much. And guys, help me out. Help me out. And here come Jax running in to save him. Nolan was like a brother. You know, all of them saying the same thing. Nolan was like a brother. But Jax, Morgan like, damn, I fucked up. I don't really fuck with Nolan like that. That guilt, the lying, right? When you got to sit there and lie for so long, you get caught up in the lie because the truth is easy to speak on. You don't have to make faces like this. You don't have to be stuttering or nothing like this. The truth should roll off your tongue with no problem.
I can say without a doubt, nobody wants to know.
He like, damn. Look at that face. Damn.
What happened to him more than we do.
Look at him. Look at that guilt eating him up, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that guilt. That's that guilt right there.
I mean, we want to know what.
Nolan was like a brother to all of us. Nolan was like a brother to all of us. We loved him dearly.
Look at his face.
Nolan was like a brother to us. And I can say without a doubt, nobody wants to know what happened.
Yeah, family, he forgot his lines. That's why he looked up. That's why, you know, when he couldn't even fully get out and talk about his, damn, you can't even say Nolan was my brother and, you know, this, and just talk about how much you love and talk to your friend. You had fucked up your lines. You said, yeah, Nolan was like a brother then. Damn. They gonna catch that. I hope black people don't catch that. Yeah, we caught it. We caught your ass, Morgan. We caught it. We caught you. And this interview just didn't expose what they were saying, family. That's not even a bigger picture. The body language, the way they was communicating with hand signals, face expressions, that spoke volumes in this interview. This guy, he stopped mid-sentence while he was talking about how much he loved Nolan. Let me play that back one more time. But shout out to Ball coming in with the $2 super chat. They need to stop interviewing, bro. No, let them keep going, Ball. Let them keep going. Let them keep going. Let me start this over. Look at your boy Morgan.
We loved him dearly.
We loved him dearly. He said we loved him dearly, and then yeah, we loved him dearly. Guys, goddamn, help me out. You see me over here struggling, motherfucker. Help me out. You know I ain't love this more. You know what we did, bro. Like I forgot my line. Help me out. Come on now, bro. Be a friend. We loved him dearly, and I miss him so much. Rest in peace to Nolan. I think. Let me help you out, Morgan. If you was a true friend, this is what you could have said. I loved him dearly. We grew up together. I remember so many memories with Nolan. It was always a good time. I remember we took this trip to this place. I remember our senior night, and Nolan used to always do this dance. And, you know, he was a great athlete, and, you know, he used to always spend the night at my house. And I remember, you know, celebrating his birthdays with him. And he was just such a energetic, lovable individuals. And, you know, it breaks my heart that my friend is no longer here, and I want answers to find out what happened to my friend. I really want to know, because Nolan means so much to me, and I want to send my condolences out there to his family, his parents, his siblings, everybody that's affected by this situation. It breaks my heart that my friend is no longer here with me, because Nolan was like a brother to me. And I miss him so much, and I love him so much, and I will not stop until we find out what happened to my friend. I mean, it should have been a genuine response, not something that y'all rehearsed before y'all did this interview. The reason why you messed up, Morgan, because it's fake. Fakeness. You don't care about Nolan. Nolan was not y'all friend. Y'all was associates. Y'all was not friends. Y'all was not brothers. Because it would have been easy for you to talk about your friend. It would have been easy for you to talk about your brother. Think about all the memories that y'all had. Why you didn't talk about that? The least you could have done was say rest in peace to Nolan. Condolences to the family. Because he got brothers and sisters that he left behind. Like, it's so much. But you just said, I had so much love for Nolan, and you just paused mid-sentence. Can we play that again, family? Do you mind if I play this one more time?
I mean, we loved him dearly.
I don't know. I don't know. We loved him dearly, and I don't know. Then Jax had to step in.
Yeah, Nolan was like a brother to us. I can say without a doubt, nobody wants to know what happened to him more than we do. I mean, we want to know what.
I mean, Nolan was like a brother to all of us. Nolan was like a brother to all of us. I mean, we loved him dearly.
I'm sick of this shit.
So, yeah, Nolan was like a brother to us. And I can say without a doubt, nobody wants to know what happened. What happened. So, yeah, Nolan was like a brother to us, and I can say without a doubt, nobody wants to know what happened.
Look at them, family. These boys, family, god damn. We loved him dearly, and bro just stopped mid-sentence, family. Mid-sentence. After saying we loved him differently, he went into a goddamn, what is called a malfunction. A malfunction, like his software broke. Like, we loved him dearly. Help me out. Like, nigga, I thought you said he was your brother. Nigga, say you love him, or say I miss you. Can you say that? I miss Nolan? Damn. Shout out to what is a Leecher? Let me make sure I say that right. I'm just gonna call you Lee. I can't pronounce that. Shout out to you for the $5 super chat. Always a great live. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you. This dude had a malfunction, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into the interview.
Have an opportunity to hear some of the things that have been put out there cleared up. You guys know better than anybody else what happened. I only had, from the perspective of Warren last time. And
he said these guys know better than everybody else of what happened. They haven't told us what happened, Bussy Tatum. They haven't told us what happened. What you mean?
That you guys are here, I want to get the full perspective so that people can know what happened and they can judge for themselves. And the first thing I want to start with is your relationship with Nolan. What was y'all's relationship like? I'm sure, jump in however you feel, but there's been talks on social media that you guys are fake friends of Nolan. You weren't really his friend. Can you explain?
Shout out to Divine One coming in with the $5 super chat. Keep them interviews coming, boys. Facts. Keep them coming. Don't stop. Do another one today. Shout out to you, Divine One.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care what anyone says about my relationship with someone else. I know my relationship with Nolan. Nolan knew his relationship with me. I know who my best friend is, and he knew that too. I mean, he knew our relationship. But so basically, like, no one can tell me how I feel about someone or how someone felt about me, especially someone who's gone now. I mean, Nolan knew the relationship we had, but describing Nolan, like, that man was the funniest dude ever.
Always had a smile on his face.
Always.
I mean,
I'm not gonna lie, family. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm sorry for stopping right now. I get triggered when I see them. I can't stand the sight of these devils. I really get triggered when I see them. I can't even lie.
You needed to laugh. I think Nolan would be the only person, one of the only people I would call.
Man, I ain't ever seen him like mad. Dude.
He was the peacemaker of our friend group. I mean, anytime anybody had beef over somebody, over a girl, or whatever, he'd go over there and start talking to him. Like, man, I think this guy's actually pretty cool. I think we should become friends with this guy. And lo and behold, we would somehow become friends with the dude, even though he's getting with one of our other buddies' exes or whatever. But yeah.
So y'all get mad if another dude talk to a young lady that y'all not with anymore, so y'all ready to fight somebody, so Nolan got to come in and, you know, stop y'all from acting like violent creatures? Really? Why y'all acting like that over women that y'all not with?
He was awesome.
Yeah, Nolan's great. Like I'm
awesome.
serious, like most genuine guy
Nolan's
ever.
great, dude.
Yeah,
Nolan is great, dude.
Like I said, lights up a room when he walks in it. But like, no, I'm not joking.
jokes.
It's like an understatement.
No jokes.
I mean, he's great, dude. Like,
Dude, I'm telling you, dude, Nolan was great, dude. I'm telling you, he was the best ever, dude. He was the great. I don't know what happened to him, but yeah, he was such a good dude. He was a good dude.
most genuine guy I've ever met in my life. And like, I know when people like, you know, I know I've seen like when people pass a lot, everybody says good things, obviously. And, you know, this isn't just me like being respectful to know him. Like, dude, that was like one of the best guys I've ever met. Man.
I've only ever seen him mad once. Literally once. Freshman year, high school. Like,
well, I was like, a little closer with him before.
And so there was a conversation that we had, Warren, last time about you not going or ever being at his house, and people took that as if you weren't his friend. Can you guys describe what engagement did you have with Nolan at his house, with his parents, him with your parents? Like, how did all that circulate?
Well, like Jack said, like, he used to pick up Nolan every day. I used to pick up Nolan every day. My buddy Wyatt used to pick up Nolan. Like, literally would pick. We didn't make Nolan drive anywhere.
That's how much we loved him, bro. Like, we just always wanted to be there.
Like, that's how much, like, everybody knows this too. Like, Nolan didn't drive. Like, especially, at least in our, y'all aren't friends with somebody. Well, how are you going to tell me, like, my relationship with somebody else, you know? It's crazy. Like, they've said this all about us. Like, oh, we're fake friends.
Y'all are.
It's really horrible to say, because if you go look on every social media post on Nolan's Instagram or Facebook or anything else, the only people in it are us and his football guys. Like that's just so real. Every time Nolan's in Starkville, he's with us. Every time Nolan's anywhere, not even just Starkville, but anywhere.
Oh yeah.
No, it's not. I seen him in photos and pictures with other black people. Snapchats, TikToks. I seen him on videos and pictures with plenty of other black people. So that's a lie. He's not in just pictures with y'all. I seen a couple of pictures with y'all, but I seen more pictures of his black friends. I'm gonna be real.
Countless vacations and
prom, homecoming, everything. Nolan's with us because we were his friends. It's not that hard to understand.
He was our friends, guy. They trying to convince us that how friendly they are with Nolan. This is how you know this is a lie they made up. Nolan probably was just cool with them. They was associates. Y'all are not Nolan friends. Y'all would not change our minds. You can't convince us. I know you ain't done this interview trying to convince us that y'all Nolan friends, moving the way y'all moving, behaving the way y'all did this entire time. You want to convince us that y'all are Nolan Wells' friend and brother. Really? Man, if y'all don't get the hell up out of here.
And I mean, I don't have to prove this to anybody, but that's the truth. I don't have to prove my friendship. And these guys feel the same way. We don't have to prove our friendship with Nolan, but I know everyone's right.
Yeah, so was Nolan around your family then? You guys went to Horn Island, or you guys used to do this every year? Or?
So we've probably been to Horn Island this year alone 3 times.
With no one out there. If we had any intention to hurt no one.
The July, like, that is the place to be. That is a party all day, and it is literally right up all of our alleys. Like, that's what we want to do all day. Like, that's the funnest day of the year. And yeah.
I mean, Nolan was with us 2 weeks prior to the 4th of July at Horn Island with no one out there. If we had any intention to hurt no one at the island, why would we do it on the 4th of July with thousands of people?
And this is what make them seem so guilty, family, when they say, well, we was out here, and why would we could have did something to Nolan when we was out here on the island. So why would we unalive him? You see how they trying to be so convincing? They want to convince us, well, how can we do this to Nolan when we were just in Horn Island 2 weeks ago? That don't mean nothing. That doesn't prove innocence. Just because y'all was in Horn Island two weeks ago. But you know what's the difference between 2 weeks ago, Warren, and the 4th of July? Y'all made sure that he made it home. He rode back with y'all. That's the difference between 2 weeks ago and the 4th of July. Boy, you left him there. Allegedly. I don't even know. Because at the end of the day, Nolan was not on that island. When those Rangers came to inspect that island and search the island and make sure that everybody was home, his body was not there. That's the difference, Warren. He rode back on that boat with y'all 2 weeks ago.
Out there, I mean, it's pretty clear. We literally all went out there for my buddy's birthday, and Nolan was with a whole group of people like we were with on the 4th. So, I mean, that's
and it was on like a Wednesday.
It's not like
Nobody
this
was
is.
out
It's
there,
not like
yeah.
this is just like a random like occasion. No, we
got
do
there
this all the time.
yeah.
And not even just Horn Island, but Nolan's on the boat with us all the time. We all
Okay, Nolan was on the boat with y'all the other times. We got it. But the difference is, though, dum-dum, he rode back with y'all. Why did y'all leave him? Why did y'all leave him this time? On the 4th of July. With all that going on the island, all those people, without giving him his phone so he can call somebody, because it was service on that island. We already debunked that lie. Christine and the family was out there, and they had service. You called your mother out there. You had service. Bussy Tatum was out there and said that he had service. So why did you didn't get Nolan his phone after y'all decided to leave him? And then once y'all got y'all boat fixed, after Bart told y'all, why you didn't go back to the island and pick him up? Why you didn't go? Why did you leave him there?
on the boat. We all do things together like this.
Shout out to Diva coming in with the $5 super chat. I can see why they hated on Nolan. He tall, dark, and handsome, and he had his pick of the litter of the YT women. And that day, it was pure jealousy. I couldn't agree with you more, Diva. I couldn't agree with you more. And we know how insecure they is. We know how insecure these YT boys is. Very insecure when it comes to black men. Because we are the definition of masculinity. And these white women want their soul pole. And all the YT girls down there love Nolan. Every time I see videos, he dancing with those YT girls. Katie, everybody had their hands on Nolan. He was in the water with the girls. And look at these nerds. Warren got a big nose. Jack looked like he drunk out of his face. And Morgan looked like he just got off the meth pipe. Come on now. Shout out to you, Diva, for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you.
Yes. So
I want to get to some pointed questions about the phone situation, because I think last time, Warren, when you and I talked or spoke, you weren't at the house when the phone was recovered. So I want to figure this out. Explain to me, because a lot of people are still online saying that they find it to be incredibly suspicious that Nolan left his phone. Can you explain, did Nolan ask you for his phone back when you guys were leaving? Was it not a part of the conversation? Was Nolan the only person that left his phone on the boat? Can you guys walk me through that idea?
So I can go ahead first and say, nobody has their phone in the water. Even when you jump in a pool, do you have your phone?
Bro, shut up with that. We seen pictures and videos of people on that island with their phone. I have showed y'all the news clips of people on the island talking on their phone. I highlighted multiple people on the island on their phone. People are in the water on their phone. So y'all can miss me with that. And y'all act like they underwater or something. What's wrong with standing in 3 feet of water holding your phone? What's wrong with that?
No, you don't. You're not going to bring your electronic in the water. So what everybody does is they stick their phones on the dash of the
Everybody
boat.
does. Now they want to speak for everybody. Everybody does. Everybody don't do that.
And they forget about it because you don't have good service. You can't even send a picture through from.
But somehow Katie uploaded Snapchats. You can't send a picture through, but Katie uploaded Snapchats. And you saying people put their phone on a boat and forget about it. I ain't forget about my phone. Even if I place my phone on a boat, I'm not going to forget about my phone. If you about to leave, family, we go out somewhere and I got something in your car, I am going to remember I got something in your car. I'm like, hey, family, I need to get that out your car right here before you leave. You think I'm not going to remember that my phone is on the boat? You know my phone on the boat. Why you didn't give me my phone if I forgot? Again, they want to speak for everybody on the island. Tomorrow, it wasn't no signal. People was talking on the phone. Warren even admitted that he called his mother.
Horn Island to like somebody else. And so they put it on the phone. And even as teenagers, we don't really get on them. And we go out there and we conversate and we see a bunch of people that we usually don't see on a day-to-day basis, that we graduated high school with, guys that graduated before us. You know, it's a big meeting, like seeing all your friends that you haven't seen in a while. And so whenever we were coming back in, he didn't even think about grabbing his phone. He never asked about his phone, along with 5 other people that also left their phones on the boat, and we had to wait at the boat launch for them to come and pick them up, including Javon. I mean, Javon left his phone on our boat.
Yeah, and Javon is one of the guys.
And Javon came out and said they're lying. And I think Javon is in his comment section. I seen some people post Javon response. Javon said, "You're lying. I wasn't with y'all. I wasn't on that boat. Stop lying on me." Let me see, can I find it? He might done deleted it. Knowing him, he don't want no truth to come out. He probably deleted the comment.
Group.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Javon's a friend of mine, friend of ours. Like, not as tight as Nolan. Javon's in the class under me in school, and he's a friend of mine. But just like a lot of our other friends, Javon's our friend. He left the phone on the boat because we're trustworthy people. We're not going to steal something. We're not going to delete pictures off of someone's phone. We're not going to delete text messages. We're not going to get on anyone's phone because we have no reason to. But Javon left his phone. And we gave Javon his phone back along with everybody else who left their phone on the boat. So
yeah, we'll get to that because I think I have the timeline in my mind. So you guys, the boat is taking in water. You had already left, Morgan, right? You had already left on a boat. So there's 3 boats. You had already left about 5 minutes before this situation happened. The last 2 boats was Bart's boat and Wyatt's boat, and those are the 2 boats that left out because Bart.
Hey, Ray said, a motherfucker would forget their girlfriend before they forget their phone. Bro, motherfucker ain't forgetting their phone. You ain't finna sit up here and lie to us like that. You ain't finna sit up here and lie to us that somebody is going to forget their phone. And that's really all that he brought with him on the island. All he had was swim trunks on. What is hard to remember that my phone is on this boat? And y'all know my phone on this boat. Y'all know other people's phone on the boat. So why you didn't hand the phone off? If Nolan communicated with y'all, hey guys, I'm about to stay back with this girl I just talked to. I'm gonna meet back with y'all. All right, get your phone, bro, so we can call, make sure you made it home safe. What type of friends is y'all? Oh, my bad. Y'all not friends.
Kind of towing Wyatt's boat out. So you guys are on the boat. What was the conversation with Nolan? Because Nolan obviously had come in on Wyatt's boat. You guys are all getting ready to leave. So what was the communication like with Nolan?
So actually, Wyatt was saying, told Nolan, because Nolan's with this girl at this point. They're together.
What girl? What girl? Who? What you mean they together? How? Standing beside each other? Playing patty cake, making angels in the sand. What you mean he was with this girl? Explain. We need more detail, Jack.
Wyatt looked at Nolan. He was like, dude, come on. Boat's taking on water. We got to go. Like right now. And Nolan didn't want to go. He said he wanted to stay with the girl. And Wyatt started yelling at him. He's like, Nolan, get on the boat now. And Nolan's like, no. And then finally, Wyatt's like, Nolan, get on the effing boat right now.
If the boat is taking in water, why would y'all get on the boat? Why not just wait till somebody come to land and help y'all out and all of you idiots get off the boat? Why would y'all leave the island if the boat is sinking? You know how stupid that sound? If the water was getting in the boat, why would you leave?
Are leaving right now. And Nolan said he had another ride back, and we had no more time to waste. We got to get the boat out of there before it goes under.
And it was that. And when Nolan said that, like, was there an issue that you believe that Nolan would be able to get back, or were you concerned? Like,
so what I can say is, I've been out countless times on one boat to Horn Island and came back on another. I've done it before where I went out on one boat and my friends left, and I just know so many people out there. I didn't even think about, do I have a ride already set up? I just know so many people out there that I'm like, okay, there's 100% sure I can find a ride back, and which I have before.
Okay, you might know those people though, dummy. How you know Nolan know people who got boats out there? How you know they got room for Nolan on a boat? How did you know that? You know people out there. Does that mean that Nolan know people? Does it mean that those people was going to allow Nolan to get on their boat? These people probably got their family on the boat. Their boats probably has reached its capacity where Nolan can't fit. So you was banking on that Nolan was going to ride back with somebody. Has he done this before? You rode back with somebody you knew, Jack. That's the difference. Not no random person.
You know? And it's one of those things where it's at Horn Island, you don't even have to know somebody to ask for a ride back in. They're going to bring you in. You know, it's not like, oh, are they going to bring me in or are they not? Should I ask? No, if you ask anybody out there, 100%, they'll bring you back
Southern
in.
hospitality.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. If you just ask somebody and they bring you in, why didn't Nolan make it back home? If it's just hospitality, somebody out there would bring you back home if you just asked them, okay, why Nolan didn't end up on somebody's boat? What happened between the time that y'all left? All those people were still on the island. Katie was already on the water between 5 and 6:03. She was already gone. She uploaded Snapchats, by the way, Jax. The guy that said it wasn't no service, you can't even upload a photo. She uploaded. You think Nolan would have never asked nobody to ride back? Where was Nolan? Those witnesses said they seen Nolan at 6 o'clock. Doing what? Who was he with? He wasn't with Katie at 6. Katie was gone on her way back home. So who else know Nolan? These alleged made up witnesses that they said that came forward, they said they knew Nolan. Y'all didn't think to go ask Nolan, hey, do you want to ride back to the island because we finna get ready to leave? Or you just ignored it? What was he doing? That's what I want to know, ladies and gentlemen. What was Nolan doing when y'all seen him allegedly at 6 o'clock? Because I don't believe y'all seen Nolan at 6. I don't believe it. That's just my opinion. I don't believe these idiots saw Nolan at all.
Mississippi.
I mean, we had somebody...
The boating community is so tight knit.
Here we go with this tight knit. Everything is tight knit down there in Ocean Springs. Everybody tight knit. Everybody's so tight knit, but nobody know what happened to Nolan. Got it. Y'all such a tight knit community. I believe you guys.
It doesn't matter who you are. If someone sees you struggling on the island, no matter the case, they will come and help you. They will do anything in their power to help you and bring you back to the mainland.
I'll put another example out there. We know another kid who was pretty intoxicated out there, and he couldn't find his boat. And he asked somebody random that he didn't even know if he could catch a ride back with them. And they were like, yeah, got him on the boat, called his parents, told them the situation was going on, and then took him back on inshore.
And that happened this time, or is
4th of July?
This
4th of July.
This current 4th.
So you guys you leave. Nolan's there. I'm based on what you're telling me, I'm perceiving that you guys are accepting that Nolan's going to get a ride back somewhere else. Y'all taking on water. Explain to the audience, what is this sinking boat thing like? Because I think that people are in good faith, the ones who are acting in good faith, are genuinely curious of are you sinking? Do you think you're going to sink? Because you hear Wyatt on the phone, he's like, we're sinking, we're going down. And obviously you never went down. So can you explain what he was saying about going down? Was there a little bit of water? Was he just panicking more than normal, or what was that? And I want you to explain too, what happened to the boat? How did you recover the boat? And how did you get back to the mainland?
So I'm going to go ahead and first off explain a boat. So a bilge pump is in the bilge. The bilge is underneath the deck where you stand in the very bottom of the boat. And there's a space in there where you have all your electronics, your batteries, everything that controls everything throughout the whole boat. So the first thing that fills up on a boat when it starts to sink is the bilge. And it goes in the bilge and it starts filling up. Well, then the bilge pump kicks on, senses the water automatically, and starts pumping it out. In this situation, the bilge pump had a malfunction. It didn't kick on. And
shout out to Diva coming in with the $5 super chat. The fact you got to say you're a trustworthy person tells me you're not. You ain't lying, because you shouldn't have to even say that. Crazy work. and nobody's going to get on a sinking boat. Y'all bad liars. And that's exactly what I'm saying, Diva. If y'all sinking, why would Nolan get on the boat? Why would y'all even get on the boat? It would be in y'all best interest to get off the boat if the boat is sinking. Why would y'all drive 10, 11 miles with a boat that's sinking? And Wyatt was talking like y'all was literally going down. When the dispatch asked what was going on, what was the level of the water in the boat, he said, I don't know, we're just going down. Clearly, that was a lie.
It got all
Shout
the way
out to you,
the very
Diva.
top of the bilge, which is the floor level. And then we started to see the boat actually sag down in the water, and we're like, okay, what's going on? So there's a cap in the back of the boat that you can unscrew and look inside the bilge. When we unscrewed it, there's so much water in the boat, it started overflowing onto the deck. And so at this point, we're like, okay, this boat's going down. It's going down quick. We don't know where the water's coming in from. We don't know what's going on, and we just go into full-on like panic mode. Get this thing out of here now. So we hook up the boats.
No, call Cito.
Okay.
Let's get to that part. Because you called Cito first?
No,
or you had the boats hooked up first?
We had the boats hooked up first.
Yeah. Okay.
So we hook up the boats and we start towing them out. And he's on the phone with Cito. Because, hold on, let me go back a second. The electronics completely glitched out. Nothing is working on the boat. There's so much water in there. Nothing is working.
The batteries are also...
The batteries are completely underwater. Like they're everything's fried basically. So if it was so much water on the boat, when the dispatch asks Wyatt, tell me how much water on the boat. Is it ankle level? He said, I don't know. Why he didn't say it's so much water in the boat, it's all over the place. He said he didn't know. Because he was so distracted with damn it, Bart. Kind of towing him out. And he's on the phone with Cito, and he's trying to get them on the phone. And as he stated in the moment, he's like, Cito's just asking all these dumb questions. I can't figure out what's going on. And so finally hangs up. And after the trim to the motor started to work again. So they manually trim it down by the buttons on the motor, trimmed it down, and some electronics started to come back on. And they got the boat to crank over. And they're like, all right, untie us, because if you can get a boat on plane, the suction of the water going underneath it will actually pull all the water out of the bilge if you have the plug out. So say you have the plug out and sitting, the boat will sink. If you have the plug out and you're running, all the water will rush out the back of the boat.
When you say on plane, you mean like it has to be going fast enough to be up on top of the water?
Yep. So on plane is you're up, you're running, you're out of the water basically. There's
your bows on plane.
Yeah, so you're up out of the water running.
So where are you guys at when this happens? As far as from Horn Island to the mainland, where are you guys at in between there?
So we're probably a mile and a half off of Horn. I'd say a mile off Horn.
From the start where the Cito call was, we were probably about a quarter mile off the island. Like you could see, it's visible in the picture that you posted that Wyatt is on the Cito call, and it's that.
No, we don't see that in the picture. We don't know what was going on in that picture. We don't know if that picture was at that exact moment. Y'all haven't gave us no metadata or no timestamps. Y'all was just performing the mannequin challenge. We don't know. We don't know who he on the phone with. I don't even believe that he was even on the phone. Y'all can't give us the audio of this. Clearly, y'all got the audio to this video if it's real. It's a reason why Brandon Tatum released a 5-second video of this alleged Cito call. We don't know who Wyatt on the phone with. That's what y'all saying. And I don't believe y'all.
Video of the boat panning, of the video of the boat getting panned, and you can see everybody in the boat. If you look in the background, the island's right there. So I mean,
yeah, we want to know who was on the other boat. Yeah, that's what we want to know, Warren. Big nose. Show us who was on Bart's boat.
Going back to what you said earlier, if we killed somebody or hurt somebody, the whole island is literally not even a quarter of a mile away to sea, with hundreds of boats lined up on the island. So
that's a good point. I thought you were sinking. How are you sinking and tied up at the same time? Exactly. And they was only a quarter mile away from Horn Island. Think about that, family. There was Warren just stated, a quarter mile. No further than a mile. So after they got the boat up and running, Why not go back and get Nolan? Because y'all kept saying, Nolan, get on the damn boat. Get on the boat. The boat is sinking. Okay, y'all fix the boat. The boat is no longer sinking. The best thing to do is go back and get your alleged brother, your so-called brother, your so-called friend that y'all left on the island with no communication, no phone, no nothing. Don't you think y'all should have done that? Y'all wasn't even that far. Damn it, Bart.
That's really all I had to say about that.
Yeah. So we were about a quarter mile out. So we were about a quarter mile out, whatever. So they pull the plug out the back of the boat. They have the motor running and everything like that, and they go to take off. So the boat's having trouble trying to get up, and it's slowly coming up because the weight of the water. Finally, it planes off, and the water gets sucked out the back, and they're full speed running. And then after that, I didn't see them anymore. I think you were on the boat. You can start from there.
Yeah. So after we planed off,
This how you know all of this rehearsed, because you could have just finished telling the story, Jack. Why you got to pass the story on to him to let him finish telling the story? You was there, right? You knew exactly what was going on, right? So why you need Warren to finish the story? Oh, let me guess. Y'all had to rehearse y'all lines. I say this part up to this time, and I got to hand it off to you. You got to finish the story because this is your line, because I can't remember all the damn lies. This is a 2-hour interview, an hour interview, and, I'm getting overwhelmed with lies because when you tell one lie, you got to pile a lie up over another lie, and it's hard to keep up with a bunch of lies. So I'm going to say my lie, and then you say your lie. Action.
Wyatt kept the boat pinned the whole way in. We ran into the mouth of Fort Bayou, where we came from originally, and we turned into Fort Bayou, went in the channel, ran probably 500, 600 yards into Fort Bayou. Wyatt jumped out of the boat, put the plug back in the boat so access water. So water didn't keep pushing and filling the boat up. So then we turned around, and Wyatt brought the boat to the dock, and that's when I had gotten out and got back in the car. And I didn't drive. My buddy of mine drove me, and we went back to Jax's house.
Jax's house. Okay, so I just want to make this very clear and abundantly clear for the audience. Are you saying that the video that I posted, which is like a 3-second loop?
Yep.
Now I have a lot more of the video, but right. To not expose people that have nothing to do with this, right. I only posted the smaller part, the 3-second part. Are you saying during that time, a portion of that, Wyatt was on the phone with Cito, so a portion of that is the Cito call, and that Nolan is not on that boat?
Correct.
And that video that's out there is a representation of who was on the boat during that Cito call?
Correct.
So I want to jump back to something real quick, because I was on island and the reception was bad. I left my phone on the boat when I got out and went in the water. But people are saying online that how can you make a Cito call if the reception is so bad on the island? Because before you said the reception wasn't really good enough to even send a picture message to somebody else. So how is this call being made if the reception is not as good?
I mean, if you listen to the call back, listen to the call back. I mean, there's areas in the call where it's splotchy. It's not direct. Like, it's not like you're sitting from me to you talking to the person on the phone.
Yeah, but the thing is, dum-dum, Nolan was still on the island. Allegedly. I don't know. I don't think he was there at all, to be honest with you. I'm getting so fed up. I don't even believe Nolan even touched the land, because I ain't got no proof. I ain't seen not one picture or video of Nolan on this land yet. I need to stop saying that Nolan was even there at this point. Everybody else got pictures and videos of them there. I haven't seen not one. You mean to tell me, family, not one picture or video of Nolan at the island? Not one. And I'm trying to, run with the story like everybody else saying, but I'm getting to the point. I'm starting to believe that Nolan was can somebody prove to us that Nolan was there? I understand that Katie said that, she saw Nolan over there. Okay, if you don't nobody got eyes on Nolan? Don't nobody got a picture of Nolan? Damn, we can't even get a foot. No type of proof that Nolan was there.
I mean, you're obviously out on the water. I mean, you can hear it in the CETO call.
And so when it comes to the reception, because I didn't look at my phone one time.
So we don't care about your phone. We don't care about your phone.
It was a beautiful ride.
Of course, because you're not thinking about it.
Yeah, I'm not even thinking. I'm looking at how beautiful this water is. We were having fun on the boat. We were playing music, some of Nolan's favorite songs.
Yeah.
So I wasn't thinking about my phone. So I wasn't checking reception. Now, is the reception recover at some point between Horn and the mainland? Or is it terrible reception while you're over the water until you get to the mainland?
I mean, there's as soon as you get off the island coming in shore,
yeah, but there's really like no definite way.
That's what I'm starting to think, Ebony. Did Nolan even make it to the island? I'm trying not to go that far, but it's like at this point we gotta question everything because they lying so much. Like, it was Nolan even there? People saying that he was telling Nolan to get on the boat. Then Katie said that she seen Nolan talking to them, but no, everybody got pictures. They got pictures on the island. They got videos on the island. They even got videos of them getting towed, allegedly. Everybody got their pictures. Everybody got their videos, but not one person got a video proof of Nolan on this island. Everything got to be in question now, family. I got to question everything. Because at this point, I damn sure don't believe none that they saying. They can tell me that the sky's blue. I'm going to say, no, it's green. It's orange. It's purple. It's black. Shout out to my boy Nathaniel coming in with the $2 super chat. What's good, family? These dudes are clearly lying. Pinocchio lying, Nathaniel. Pinocchio lying. Shout out to you for the $2 super chat. I appreciate you.
To tell where the reception comes in because I mean it's all satellite. I mean, yeah. It's different every. I've gotten service 80 miles offshore, like off of a satellite coming to a oil rig. Yeah, and I connected to it from the rig. But I could go to Horn Island and not have any service. I could go there and have service. I mean, I think it's truly different, like every time.
So is it fair to say the service on Horn Island is super spotty?
Yes. Yeah.
And it was just almost by chance, in part, that the call was successful to call CETO. Okay.
Yeah. Partly, yeah.
And I want to get to that picture because I think a lot of people are confused about the picture. You guys cleared this up for me last time I came, but I want the world to kind of hear this because I don't think I addressed it last time me and you, Warren, was on the interview. People are saying, and this is how the picture went viral, that the people pictured in the photo were the ones that went on the boat with Nolan and came back. Can you explain that? Because I don't think everybody that was in that picture even went to Horn Island on the same boat as Nolan.
So I can say whenever we all got out there.
Hold on. Before you get there, because I think this will address another issue that people have of saying, well, why are they taking pictures if the reception is bad? Can you point out where this picture took place? Mm-hmm. What is going on with this infamous picture now?
Yep. So whenever we got there, like I said, I wasn't even on the same boat as Nolan. We pull our boat in. Nolan, their boat pulls in.
Oh, you said the coach said he seen Nolan at 2:45. Yeah, I did hear that. The coach did say he seen Nolan at 2:45. But goddamn, somebody got to present some evidence to me at this point, Stack. Everybody talking about they seen Nolan, and I ain't seen not one evidence or proof. I get it. Everybody, I seen Nolan at 2:45. I seen him at 4:30. I seen him at 6. I seen him at 8. God damn. Nobody got eyes on Nolan. Nobody got a picture of Nolan or nothing. Everybody else Snapchatting. Everybody else posting. Everybody else on the phone. Everybody else got their phone but Nolan.
I get out in the water. I walk over to Nolan's boat, and I'm talking to Nolan for a little bit, whatever. And I put my phone up on the dash. Nolan puts his up there. As Nolan's putting his phone on the dash, he sees an actual little camera that one of the girls that came on the boat brought. And his first words was, he picks up the camera and he goes, "We gotta take a picture." Just like that. And in my mind, I'm like, heck yeah, like let's take this picture. So that's where you got me and Nolan and one picture. And then as we're taking that picture, Morgan and another buddy of ours come up and they're like, all right, like let's take a picture all together.
Another buddy of yours. Who's your buddy? Stop saying this buddy word. Name some names. Why y'all can't say their names? Why y'all can't say their names? All this my buddy stuff.
We're like, all right, yeah, let's do that. So we got on the front of the boat, and that's where that picture is taken.
So that was it taken from a phone or
no, like an actual
like a
little camera.
Camera,
okay.
like
And
the
was it
lens
taken?
comes
Was it
out.
taken from?
Yeah, all of these are leading questions, by the way, family. Yeah, y'all right. All his questions are leading questions. He can't never say, okay, you guys tell me about this Cito. He got to add all the nuance and what people saying on social media. That's what he got to do. If he was in a courtroom, the attorney would say, objection, Your Honor, leading the witness. This is how he keep these boys on script. He have to lead them with what they rehearse. These are the questions that I'm going to ask y'all. Y'all have to answer it like this, right? And if y'all have any type of mishaps, of course I'm going to, take it out the interview because I want you guys to look innocent in front of black people. Even though this interview backfired, by the way, this make them look even more guilty. Drop another one.
You docked that, or was it taken out there at Horn Island?
It was taken out at Horn Island.
Okay, so but wasn't on the phone.
No.
Hey, I want to clear this up too, because I'm
He
not
always
aware of this. You guys may
See, he always want to clear up something. It's really not even about. See, he's making this about him. See, what Brandon Tatum want to do is get off his grievances with us and what we saying, instead of asking them direct questions and having follow-up questions. You're not even having follow-up questions. Just a bunch of leading questions so they can remember their script. Remember I said this, then you come behind me when I say this part, and then you say this. He always say, then I want you guys to say this. This is about what he want to be said online on his interview. This is all about him. These devils right here are just props, ladies and gentlemen. I showed you guys in the beginning of this live stream his true motive is to promote his liquor brand, grift off Nolan Wells' name. He don't give a damn about the truth. He just want to kiss ass of the white people, always take their side, disrespect Christine, target them, talk about Benjamin Crumb, about them lawsuits and money. And his whole time, his true motive was to grift and make money off this case. Disgusting behavior.
Obviously have more information. Were people uploading? I know we talked about the service issue, but were people uploading onto social media?
I mean, you could.
Not really, though.
You could be
Realistically, you could.
You could if you want to sit. If you're motivated enough to do it, yeah.
We saw Katie do it. We saw Katie did it. Why are these three individuals speaking for all those people on the land? You don't know what these people are doing with their phones. Why y'all always talking about everybody and what everybody doing? Nobody carries their phone. Nobody take their phone off the boat. Nobody uploads. Nobody have services. Like, what are y'all talking about? How are y'all speaking for everybody that's on that island? Speak for yourself.
I made a phone call to my mom, and I had to call her like 8 times before she picked up because either her service was bad, she was on the back side of the aisle on the south side, or my service was bad. And
so his mama was there. Hold on, your mama was there? Your mama was there, because I remember she said that in her post. And I think I seen a lot of people saying that Judge Cole is not his mother. Judge Cole is his stepmother. I think he's talking about his actual biological mother was on the island. Let's go back.
If you want to sit, if you're motivated enough to do it, yeah. Like, I made a phone call to my mom, and I had to call her like 8 times before she picked up because either her service was bad, she was on the back side of the aisle on the south
so
side.
Mondoose was on the island on the back side. Hey, mama, why you ain't tell us this? You should be a witness in this. So where was you at? Where was your antennas when Nolan went missing? So mama was at the island. That's why mama came out and said Warren would never do nothing like this. He loved Nolan and all this. And you remember we went over that message she sent somebody on Facebook. Y'all say rewind it back. Say no more. I got y'all. I'm going to rewind it back. Hold on just a second.
Picked up because either her service was bad, she was on the back side of the aisle on the south side, or my service was bad, and it was just hard to get through. But like if I went and posted a video,
Yeah, his mama name is Katie too. We reviewed her a few live streams ago when she was doing all that babbling about how Warren would never do nothing. Yeah, his mama was there. So, ma'am, did you see Nolan? You was on the back of the island, so you had eyes on the other side. Was Nolan over there, ma'am? They need to bring you in for questioning. You need to take a lie detector test. You a suspect too, mama. Yeah, you a suspect too. Why you ain't come forward and say that you was on this island? Boy, this cover-up family runs deep. Runs deep.
on Snapchat, like honestly, I don't think it would like either post or send to somebody. I think, I sent my buddy where we were at, a buddy of mine. I was like, hey, come meet us. And I sent him a video and he was like, dude, I couldn't get a hold of you all day. And like that explains the point. Like,
bro, y'all, family, do y'all see the over explaining of the service? Bro, we get it. We get it. And this will make y'all look even more guilty when y'all have to over explain yourself. Quick over explaining. Say the service was sketchy and move on to the next talking point. Why do y'all got to sit here and keep babbling about the cell phone service? We get it. You're on the island. But people was making phone calls. Christine and Elmore, they was on the island. They said their phone worked perfectly fine. Everybody else was uploading to social media. Everybody else made phone call. Warren just admitted in this interview he called his mama. We get it. You don't have to keep over explaining about cell phone coverage. God damn.
Sent him a video where we're at and it never sent until I got inshore because I had no service.
Would it shock you, because Christine Wells, Nolan's mother, is online, she was very shocked that she said Nolan didn't have any Snapchats or something, I'm assuming that whole day. Is that shocking to you if he did or did not have
Why would you ask them
or
that?
videos or stuff uploaded to social?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Because
I mean,
like we said, we've been out there many times before, and nobody's on their phone out there.
Bro, why did you keep lying like that? Stop saying nobody was on their phone. See, Jax, this was to make you look dumb. You stupid anyway, but this was what make you look even more dumb. The Three Stooges here. Nobody's on their phone. We seen countless of people on their phone. Warren was on his phone. We seen videos of people on the island on their phone. People in the water on their phone. People recorded the boats and everything out there. How you think we seen the videos of what was going on out there? Because people was on their phone. And you can't speak for Nolan. Is it a common or courtesy of Nolan not having any Snapchats? We know that that's not regular, especially when you out there on the 4th of July. Of course they gonna Snapchat all day, just like Katie did.
First off, and then second off, if you want to take Snapchats and stuff like that, you can, but you're just really gonna have to save them to your camera roll.
Okay, what about the Snapchats before you got to the island? You don't just Snapchat when you get to where you finna go. You Snapchat before, the pre-turn up, the pre-game, getting ready, hopping on the boat, meeting up with friends. You start Snapchatting at the beginning of the day. He had no Snapchats. The whole day, no Snapchats. Really? Come on now. You don't wait till you get to where you going. No, you Snapchat the moment you wake up. Yeah, we finna get ready to go to the island. Yeah, me and the gang, we finna meet up over here at this house. Yeah, we getting on the boats. Look at what's the name. He drunk as hell. Yeah, come on now. Like, stop playing with us.
Upload them back whenever you get insured, because when you go to send it, it's just gonna have an error.
And most guys, when they're out on the island all day, they're really not thinking about posting something on their Snapchat story.
So the phone was taken on
What the fuck
like
was that?
a camera that's not a phone. Yeah. Now, how did that get to you guys, and how did that ended up getting to the internet?
So whenever we first realized that Nolan didn't, I'm not gonna say he didn't. When we first realized we don't know where Nolan's at, the first thing we were trying to figure out.
Say what you was finna say at first. Say what you was finna say at first.
Or his mom was, what was he wearing? And so We were trying to remember what color his shorts were. We couldn't quite figure that out.
I said black.
Yeah, I think we said black.
I really did. He was wearing navy blue shorts.
Yeah, there was like dark blue shorts.
Dark. I just said black because I was trying to piece everything together and help out.
And so at this point, we're freaking out. We don't know where our friend's at. And the girl that took the picture, she was like, okay, well, I just took this picture of today. This is what color swim trunks he was wearing. And his mom asked for that to post on Facebook to say, if you've seen him, whatever, this is what he was wearing. And so that's what we sent to her, or that's what she sent to her, because we were just trying to help. You know, we weren't trying to cover up anything. We wanted to know where our friend was just as bad as everybody else does. I mean, that was our boy. We want to know worse.
Yeah, that was our boy, dude.
Than everybody else does. And so that's how that picture came about.
And I want to get to the phone situation of Miss Christine or Miss Wells said online, and I've seen it on the news and everything, as if she had to come and hunt you down to get this phone. Now I know, Warren, you weren't.
We gonna finish that one tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. We gonna finish that one tomorrow. We gonna finish that one tomorrow. Yeah, brother, y'all cooked. Y'all cooked. I don't believe y'all. I don't believe nothing that these devils are saying. I don't believe it. Everything is falling apart, family. All the lies are falling apart. They falling apart right in front of our eyes. That's why they tried their best to stay radio silent, but we smoked them out. They didn't want to do these interviews, trust me. We've been so loud and vocal about them that they had no choice but to come out and act like they don't know nothing. But they fumbling all over the place. They forgetting their lines. They can't talk about how much they love their brother Nolan. None of that. Yeah, y'all caught that our boy. Come on now, we're not dumb. We will get to the bottom of this. Best believe that. And the belt to ass that we've been putting on them, we are forcing them to get out here and look stupid like this, family. They don't want to sit down and do interviews. You see how uncomfortable that they is. They can't remember what they're saying. They can't even say rest in peace to Nolan. They can't even say I give my condolences to Nolan Wells' family. They are attacking Nolan's mother. But that's their boy. That's their brother. He was on the island with hundreds of people, dozens of boats. Don't nobody know shit. That's the end of the story. All these people said that they seen Nolan. But all of a sudden, nobody know what happened to Nolan. Everybody got on their boat, family. Everybody got on their boat and went home that evening. Nolan's body was not on that island on July 4th. July 5th, when they went out there, his body wasn't on that island. Here come July 6th, Nolan's body floating to the shore. Hold on, let me see something. Trying to make sure I don't got stupid on my forehead. Like, they literally like playing with our like our intelligence, family. They really playing with our intelligence. But okay, we gonna keep putting belt to ass. We gonna keep smoking y'all out, and we gonna keep standing on business. Rest in peace to Nolan Wells family. You know what to do. You know what to do. Being here every day, we here live, vocal, exposing these lies. Because they not fooling me with these interviews. They might be fooling people out there, but they not fooling me. I know bullshit when I see it. I know bullshit when I see it. Salute to the family. Salute to the team. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this evening, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you guys. While you guys are exiting the room, make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, become a channel member, family. Support the work that we got going on over here. Thank you guys so much for y'all support. Thank you guys so much for y'all presence, y'all energy, y'all voice. I really appreciate that. It means a lot. We are here and we will continue to stand on business behind Nolan Wells. Rest in peace to Nolan. We love you, bro. We love you. And we're going to continue to show up for you, bro. Day in and day out. Because what they trying to do to you down there in Ocean Springs is diabolical. But we will not allow those boys to rest. We will not allow that city to rest. Nobody will rest until we get justice, ladies and gentlemen. Until we get justice, nobody will get peace. Everybody will get called out. Rest in peace to Nolan. Rest on, my brother. Rest on. Job well done. Job well done, brother. Job well done. Love you, bro. Love you. I'm going to make sure that I do my part, Nolan. I'm going to make sure I do my part, bro. I got you. Thank you guys so much for y'all support. I really appreciate you guys. I love y'all so much. Let's keep working, family. Let's keep sharing. Let's keep showing up. Let's keep showing up.